Let us try to solve the problem number 1 in the part B of DBMS lab. In this particular problem, we are supposed to create two tables. One is the supplier table and the other one is the computer items table. And we are supposed to specify the primary key and foreign key for these two tables, as well as the not null property has to be set. And they have given 4 queries over here that we need to perform. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the first table, that is the supplier table. I'm going to just copy this one, Control C from here, and I'm going to go to the notepad, and I'm going to go and select the language as SQL. And let's start creating the table. I'm going to say create table. Okay. And the name of the table is supplier. And these are the fields that they have given. First one is the supplier number, and the second one is the supplier name. Third one is the supplier address. Fourth one is the supplier city, and these things that we need to perform. So supplier number, I assume that this is a number. You can take it as varchar also. Let's assume that now there is 5 numeric digits are there. And because they have specified that we are supposed to use the primary key and foreign key, so I assume that the supplier number is the primary key. Okay, so this is the primary key. And let's go to the supplier name over here. The supplier name, and as usual, we are going to take it as varchar, and I assume that there will be 25 characters. And they have specified not null to be used. So I assume that this is not a null. Now, what about not null for the primary key over here? Should we put a not null here? The answer is absolutely there is no need for it. You know very well primary key cannot be null. So when you say primary key, it is assumed that it is not null. So there is no exclusively, you don't have to tell the Oracle that this is not null. When you say it is primary key, Oracle knows that it is not null. Okay, let's go ahead with the address. So I'm going to take varchar address, and I assume that 50 characters, even though you have taken 50, you may not type very lengthy address there during the examination. So 50 is enough for us. Let's go with the last one, that is the city of the supplier, and let's assume that that is also some 20 characters. Okay, and this is also not null. Okay, done. Let us describe this particular table. This is required that whenever you create the table, you describe the table. And then let's try to insert a few things into this particular table. So I'm going to say insert into my suppliers. So this is my suppliers table. So insert into suppliers. Let me put a few values into this suppliers. So what are the values that we are supposed to put here? Now, before I jump into putting the values, I would like to bring your attention to these questions that have been given over here. So somewhere they have said that the suppliers must be Cats and Electrotech. So these two suppliers name must be there because we are going to query them. So I assume that the one name will be Cats. So this supplier name, one of the supplier will be Cats. Okay. So let's start with the supplier number. So I'm going to add the values to this supplier number. So supplier number is 101. Let me assume that. And the supplier name is Cats. Okay. Second one is the address. Let's say I'm going to just put one address. So let's say they are in Kadri. And let me take the city as Mangalore. Okay. So this is Mangalore. Okay. Mangalore. Okay, Mangalore. Okay, so that is enough, I suppose. So Mangalore is enough. Okay, so this is one. So what you have done here is 101 is the supplier number, and Cats is the supplier name, Kadri is the address, and Mangalore is the city. So this is what you've done. You put the values for them. I'm going to just copy them, Control C and Control V. I'm going to put 4 values one after the other. So I'm going to just paste 4 times. So this is, you know very well, this is the primary key. So this one is the primary key, and you know very well primary key cannot repeat. So you must be extremely careful. I'm going to make it as 102, 103, 104. And my second supplier is Electrotech. So Electrotech is my second supplier. So I'm going to take Electrotech as my second supplier. I'm going to take it as near bus stand, and let's take this one as Udupi. Okay, so this is Udupi, and let me go for next one. I'm going to take this one as Maple. Okay, and this is not this one. The name is Maple, and this is Balmata, Mangalore. Now, why did I took this two as this same city? Okay, I'm going to explain you why I've taken this Mangalore as 2 times. The reason for that is somewhere you notice that somewhere they have said that in the descending order, I'm not getting that particular thing. Okay, item quantity having less. There is some place where they are asking us to say this one. So first one, that is the decreasing order of quantity and increasing order of city. This is the first question itself. So this question requires me that at least 2 values, that is 2 cities, must be same. So that is what I wanted to do that thing. That's the reason I've done it. So next one is HP World. Let's say HP World near I don't know, near bus stand. Let me say, okay. And let's say Karkal. Okay. 3 or 4 is enough for us. So during the examination, you don't keep on typing too many things. 4 or 5 is more than sufficient. Let's go with the select statement. Select star from my suppliers. So that's done. Okay. Let's look at the next table. Now, if you look at the next table over here, so the next, I'm going to just copy this one. Next table is this particular is the next table. I'm going to create one more table. Let me just put here. So I'm going to say create table, and this is the computer items table. This is the one table. One. This one is the second field, third field, and fourth field, and last. I'm going to just put it here. Okay, not put it here to complete it. So item number, because they said you create some primary keys. In the question they said I am supposed to create a primary key and foreign key. So let's assume that this is the primary key, and I'm going to take this one as number again, 5-digit number, and assume that this is primary key. Okay, and now the other one, what you have here is the supplier number. You see the supplier number from the supplier table. This will act as a foreign key. So I'm going to take the same size, that is the number 5 for this one also. And I'm going to say this particular supplier number is coming from supplier table. So this supplier table, this particular supplier table has one field called a supplier number. I'm going to take the values from here into my table. So that is the meaning of it. So I'm going to say here that this one is going to references. So this particular thing references the what is the name of that is a suppliers supplier table. So suppliers. So this is enough for you, because if you find that the field name is same both in the reference table as well as in the primary field, then there is no need to specify it here. Okay. So this particular statement that I'm typing here, this one, not the references, this whole thing, This is not really required. This is not required because in both the cases, it is the same field name that is being used. Suppose if you are using different field names in the reference table as well as in the primary table, then you have to use it. But for brevity, I'm going to just use it here. Let me go with the varchar, that is the item name. Let me assume that item name is 25 and it is not null. So let me assume that it is not null. Also item quantity, let me say this is number. I assume that I won't have 10,000 items, so as such a maximum I will have 900 items, and I'm not going to take this null values over here. So that is it. Once you have done that, so this is item name like hard disk, mouse, keyboard, anything, because it's a computer items. So it is some computer gadgets will be there. Okay, let me describe this particular table. So let me say describe this computer. What is this? A computer items table. Okay, so this is computer item table. That's done, and I'm going to insert into this particular computer items. Okay, computer items, the values. Okay, so I'm supposed to insert the values. VALUES. Okay, values, and some values I'm supposed to insert it. Let's see how many values I can insert. The first one, you know very well, is a primary key, so it is a unique one. So I assume that the uh, item number is 501. This is the first number, 501. And the supplier number, as I've already told you, supplier number is taken from the primary table. In the primary table, you know that the supplier numbers are ranging from 101, 102, 103, and 104. So this will be, let's assume that this is 101 is my table. And what is the item name? Now, item name, I'm going to just look at this one here, the questions which are over here, because I've read the question already. So here you notice that so the people who are supplying the keyboard, so you notice that so one of the item that you are supposed to enter is the keyboard. This item name should be there. Okay, so keyboard should be there whether you like it or not. So I'm going to make this one as the keyboard. This is the item name I'm supplying, the item number, supplier number, item name, and last one is the quantity. Now again, with respect to the quantity, I would like to bring your attention over here to this line over here. The quantity, you notice over here, quantity must be less than 5. That means the quantities that you are going to use, at least one item must have a quantity less than 5. Now I don't assume that this person is going to give me quantity less than 5. I assume that he is going to, this particular supplier is going to give me 25 items. Let me go to the next insert statement, and I assume that this is the primary key, so this cannot repeat. This is a foreign key, this can repeat. Okay, but I'm not going to repeat this one. I'm going to say this is 102, and he is supplying me only 2 keyboards. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is 503. This is primary key, you can't repeat it. This I can anytime repeat it. Remember, I can make it as 102. There is no problem. I can repeat the foreign key. There is no restriction, but I'm going to just assume that this is it. So this particular person is going to give me hard disk drive, HDD, and he is going to supply me 4 hard disk. Okay, let me go to the last one. Remember, this cannot be repeating. So this is a unique numbers. This, however, can repeat. Okay, you can repeat it, but I'm going to put the value 4 here. And what is the name of this one? I'm going to say this is monitor. Okay, so that is done. And he is going to supply me 10 monitors. So that's enough for me. And finally 10 monitors. So what did I press here? 10 monitors. And after that, I'm going to say select star from the computer, what is this, computer items. Okay, done. Let's first run all these queries. Assume that the whatever I have written is proper. So I'm going to just copy this whole thing, Control C. I think I will do it one at a time. That will be easier. I'm going to just do it with one table at a time. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to log into my Oracle Application Express. I'm going to go to the workshop, and under this workshop, I'm going to select SQL commands, and I'm going to paste this whole thing. Let me start with the table. I'm going to select this table and say run it, and the table is created for me. I'm going to just describe this particular table. Let me run this describe table, and I have this table described with me. And then let's add one rows at a time. So I'm going to insert the first row. I'm going to insert let me make this one as Udupi. Okay, so small case Udupi. So this run it. One row is inserted. Run, one more row is inserted, and finally one more row is inserted. And I have select star from supplier. So I'm going to just click on it and then say this is what I have. This is the table that I have. Let me go with the second table. We'll just select the second table, Control C and Control A and Control V. Let me run this one and let me describe this table. This is what you have. Okay. Oh, I think one of them is nullable. Did I miss not null? I think I should have made this one as not null. Okay. So if you notice over here that particular table, if you look at this one, it says nullable. Yeah, that supplier number is nullable. So I'm going to just do one thing is I'm going to drop this table. Okay, drop this table. Drop table. Okay, I'm going to drop that table and recreate it. The reason why I'm not doing it is I need this one as not null. Okay, this otherwise it becomes nullable, not null. Now I'm going to recreate it. This particular, I've added one extra thing, not null. The reason is that becomes a nullable field otherwise. So let me Control A and Control V. Let's start with the one thing at a time. I'm going to just run it. So table is created. Describe my table again, and you notice that that is not nullable. And you notice that for the primary key, even though I have not given not null, it is not nullable. If it is nullable, you will see a right mark here saying that it is nullable, or if there is a default value, it's going to show all of them. Because primary key is by default is not nullable, you don't need to specify not null for primary key. It's not really required. But for this one, references, that is a foreign key, can become null key, null value. So that is why last time, if you notice, there was a right mark there that's saying that it can be null value. Okay, so let me add one row at a time. So I'm going to add the first row. I'm going to add the second row. I'm going to add the third row and the fourth row. So I have added all the rows there. And finally, I'm going to select everything from there. Okay, this is what I have. Now I'm going to just do few things. It is not required as such, but for my explanation purpose, I require both the tables. So I'm going to go to this, I'm going to click on this SQL workshop, and I'm going to go to the object browser here. I'll come back to this particular thing, and I'm going to use Control A and Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here. Okay, one more time I'm going to paste it here, Control B. Okay, so this I need this object browser because I'm going to just open that two tables there. The first one is the supplier table. So you have this suppliers table. I'm going to just open that supplier table, and I'm going to show the data. For my explanation purpose, I need it. You don't really have to open it and show it to anybody, because I want to explain something. During the explanation, I may require it. So then next one is I have this computer items as my tables, and I'm going to just show the data. So when I explain it, I'm going to use it. Otherwise, it's not really required. So I'm back to the SQL prompt over here. Let's try to look at the questions that they have asked. List the items and the suppliers details. So they said items and suppliers details. So what is there in the item table? So what is the meaning of that is, so this item table has this item number, a supplier number, item name, and quantity. All of them are there. In the supplier also you have the supplier number, supplier name, supplier address, and supplier city. Now you notice that this supplier number is repeating in both the tables. So I don't want that thing to happen. So I don't want this field, supplier number field, in the computer items because it is already there in the suppliers table. So I don't want this things to be repeated two times. So this will be two, otherwise it's going to repeat two times. So one in this supplier the computer items table, other one it's going to in the suppliers table. So I don't want that thing to happen. So how do I avoid that thing? Because they said you need to select item as well as suppliers detail. Let me go ahead. I'm going to just press few enter signs so that it just comes up there. Okay. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say select. Okay. So you have this computer items. Computer items. Okay. So that's it. Computer items. Dot. You have a few things there. First one is the item number. So you have this item number. So that's the first one. Next one is I'm going to just put it here, Control C and Control V. Next one is the item name. I want the item name, and let me put one more. So I'm just copy pasting it. The next one is the item name, and that what we have this quantity, quantity. I think this is the three things. So you notice here there are few things which are there in this table. One is the item number. Leave this part, this is not required because I'm going to get it from the other table. Then I have the item name and I have the item quantity. So these two things, and all the fields which are there in this table, that is the supplier number, supplier name, supplier address, and city. So I will not show them one after the other. So I'm not going to say supplier SUPP suppliers dot supplier number. I'm not going to say that thing. So I don't want to say supplier dot supplier number, supplier dot supplier name. I want all of them. You know very well, all means you already know. Star means everything. So I'm going to just put star here. So what is the meaning of it is all the fields from the suppliers table. So in the supplier table, how many fields are there? All of them will be listed over here. So how many fields are there? Supplier number is there, supplier name is there, supplier address is there, supplier city is there. I want all of them. So instead of making one individually showing it, like the computer items dot item number, computers items dot computer name, computer items dot quantity, I'm just saying supplier dot star everything. Now you may ask, why didn't you do this computer item dot star? Why you are listing one? I'm listing one because in the computer item there is this if you go to this computer item here, you notice that there is this redundant. This field is going to repeat. So I don't want this to come. So I cannot use star there. So I'm going to list the selected fields from here, that is item number, item name, and quantity from this table, and all the fields which are there. So then all the fields which are there, I'm going to use all of them from here. Okay, done. Let's go ahead with the question, what they said. Okay, all the details in the alphabetical order of the city. Now I want first of all, let me complete this one. So I need to specify the tables. So the first table is the computer item table. So you have this computer items table. Okay, second table is the suppliers table. Done. Okay, then they said that what is that they have said is what they've said is alphabetical order. That means I am supposed to order it So I'm going to say order by, okay, order by, what is this? Alphabetical order. Let's look at what they've said. Alphabetical order of the city name. So you notice that the city name is here. Yes, city. So where is this? So yes, city. Yes, city is in the suppliers table. So in terms of the city, so let's look at this particular table. The city that I have taken is this city, Mangaluru, Udupi, and Karkad. I have taken three cities there. So I will order by yes city. So it is not ordinary city there. The field here is not just this one. The field here is yes city. So this is yes city that I am supposed to use it. So let's go ahead with the next part. Yes city is done. Then we have the next thing. Let's look at that's not the end. So it increasing order of the city. Remember, if you don't use this anything over here, that means it is in the ascending order. Now the second one, what they are saying is second one is decreasing order of the I quantity. So I want to do the one more level of ordering, and that is I quantity. I quantity, I want to do it, and it is in the decreasing order. How do you write this decreasing order? In the descending order. Now this is look at this one. This DSCS you have written here, and this DSCS also you have written here. Now both are they same? Are you describing? This means describing a table. This means in the descending order. You don't get confused there. That is, this is descending order. When you put this DSC with the order by, it means descending order, not the describe the table. That is the meaning of it. Don't get confused. So this is what we are supposed to do it. Let's keep our finger crossed, and let's copy it, and let's go to the SQL commands here. I'm going to just paste it, and I'm going to just run it and see whether I get the error. So I'm not getting an error. You notice that you have this fields. Okay, you have this fields. Item number. It is not over. Don't get this, and that's why I said to keep your finger crossed. So it is not over. You get the item number, item name, item quantity. You get all of them. All of them are coming from this item table, but you notice that the supplier number is not there. You notice that supplier number is not. Okay, but the supplier number, supplier name, quantity, all of them have come from this table. That is the suppliers table. Now you notice that what it has done is it has done a cross product. That is, you know what is a cross product? You studied in your classes. So if you just put this one, you're going to get the cross product. So how do you avoid the cross product? You can avoid the cross product by putting a where clause. What is that we are supposed to match? Remember, we are supposed to match. I'm going to just put a star here, and I'm going to just run it. Not this one, not here. Sorry, star here. Where is this star here? I'm just going to put the star here. Where is this one? Okay, a star here, just to show you that what it has done. Okay, star means you know very well. Computer items dot star means all the fields from the computer items table. So that is the meaning of it. I'm going to run this one. Okay, where is the star gone here? Okay, I think that star you may not work. What I can do over here is computer. Will copy this one. Okay, I just want to show you something, so don't worry. This is just to explanation purpose. I am doing it. I want this supplier number to come from the computer items. I want that supplier number. Where is this supplier number? I'm going to quickly copy this. Okay, and I'm going to just show you there. So where is this one? Okay. So this time I'm also adding supplier number also. Now you notice that here, if you notice, this is one table. This is one table. This is the other table. Okay, now you notice that the supplier numbers of this table is not matching with the other table. This is okay, but this is not matching. This is not matching. This is not matching. This is okay. This one is not matching. So I don't want all the permutations. I want only the supplier number of this table must match with the supplier number of the other table. I want this kind of mapping. I don't want so this here you notice this one is mapping, and my mouse is creating a problem with me. Okay, so this must be there. So if you look at here, and you notice that more than 10 rows are available. So here you may notice it is not stopped here. If you, I don't know whether when I download it, it's going to actually download the whole thing. I'm not sure. It's going to download this as an Excel file. It's actually, I'm not going to waste my time or your time. It's going to do all the permutation. What is the meaning of saying all the permutation is? It's going to take one record from here, from the computer item, this one record from a computer item, and it is going to combine that to this one record. It's going to combine with all the records which are here. Okay, so that is what you're going to see here. If you look at this particular thing, 101 supplier number, this, if you take this 501 is applied combined with this one. 501 is combined with the 101. 501 again, you notice that it is combined with the 103. So it takes 501 from here, 501 from here, and it's going to combine that 501 with all of them. Okay, so you get so many permutations. So that is what I don't want, and that's why here the Oracle says that see, there are many rows are there. I'm not going to display all the rows there. It is going to be a terribly lengthy thing. If you want, you just download as an Excel file. So what is the thing that we are missing? So I want 101 if the field from this table must match with the field from this table. In other words, the supplier number of this must match with the supplier of number of this. So there must be matching. So how do I do that thing? So here I'm going to write where, okay, supplier tables, from the supplier table I'm going to take a supplier number, okay, and it must map. I'm going to put enter here for your understanding. This is order by is there, this is from is there. So from this table where the supplier number dot supplier number, so why it is not taking supplier? Okay, so sometimes just can't take it. Okay, equal to computer items dot supplier number. So in other words, what I want to do is I want to combine this. So from the one table, this is one table, this one is the other table. So from this table, if this is 101, it must map with the, if this is 101, from the other table 101 has to be, only this record has to be included. I don't want the remaining with 101 with 103, this combination, this particular row I don't want to see because it doesn't make any sense to me. 101 with 104, this combination I don't want it to come. I want only one, this particular one to come. Similarly 104 and 104, if it is matching from one table, it is 104, supply number is 104 in the computer items table, and supplier number is 104 in the supplier. If this is matching, then I want to include it. 104 with 103, this combination I don't want to be included in my final combination. This combination 104 with 101, I don't want them to be included. In other words, I want to filter only those records where the supplier numbers of the suppliers table matches with the supplier number of computer items. So this is what I want to do it. So let me copy this, Control C. So I pressed enter here, and let me paste it to Control A and Control B, and let me run it. Let's see whether it's going to run this. Okay, so this is what I wanted. Okay, now for brevity, only for your understanding, I'm going to remember I have not I have given the computer items dot item number. So this is it, computer item number. So this is it. Okay, computer items dot computer name. This is it. Okay, computer items dot quantity. This is it. But I have not shown you computer items dot supplier number. I'm going to, just for your understanding, I'm going to even add that one. So I'm going to just copy to computer items dot supplier number. I'm going to just copy that thing. For your understanding only I'm doing it. It is not required for the examination. So I'm now going to run it, and you notice that so here you notice that the supplier number, this is one table. Let me take this is one table. This is a computer item table, and this one is the supplier number table. You notice that this supplier number is matching with the supplier number of the supplier table. So 101 here, 101 here. Other record 101 with 103, that combination is not taken. 101 and 101, this is matching. 101 of this table is matching 10. So this is the meaning of saying, when you say where supplier number dot supply number is equal to computer items dot supply number. So this condition is required. If you don't put that condition, you get all the possible combinations. So let's go ahead with the next question, and that is the list the name, city and address of the suppliers. So let's first list that particular file. I'm going to do that particular thing. So what is the meaning of saying select what are the things that they have said? So select name, city and address. So this is the things that we are supposed to say. Select yes name, that is yes name, that is it. And what else is the city? I think yes city, that is it. And yes address, that is it. From where do you get all these things? So city, address, and where are they? City, address, and you notice that this city, since you have this yes name, yes address, yes city, all of them are in the suppliers table, yes or not? So I'm going to get it from the suppliers table. So suppliers table. Okay. What else they have said? Suppliers tables. Okay, name from the supplier. Who are supplying keyboard? Now, from where do I get this keyboard? Now, this keyboard is not there in this table. If you search, in this table, if you search this whole table, keyboard is not there. But if you go to the other table, you see that keyboard is there. So this is there in the other table. So you need to include the second table also. So I'm going to include this second table, and that is the computer items. Computer items. The second table is required. Okay. And you know very well you need this where clause. Okay, whether you like it or not, this where clause is required. Otherwise, you know very well, if the supplier number supply number is not matching with the computer items of supply number, you get all the permutation and combinations which you don't want that thing to happen. Apart from this, they have said something else. This is required by default. It is required. Apart from this, what else that they are saying is who is supplying you with the keyboard. So where is this keyboard? Let's look at which field has this keyboard. So this particular field, that is the item name, has a value called as keyboard. So you need to go with that. So I am going to say and let me put enter here. And what is the thing? Item name, I think item name equal to, in a single quote, keyboard. Okay, so that's it. So where this particular thing is required, because otherwise you get all the combination. I don't want all the combination, but only thing I want is all of them who are supplying me the keyboards. And you notice that only these two people are supplying you with the keyboard, and that is what is to be shown. At least you know very well only two records should be shown. Whether I don't know the name, but you know that the two records will come. Let me delete this one and paste it, and let me select all of them and just run it. And you notice that only two people are supplying me. One is the Cats is supplying me, other one is the Electrotech is supplying me, and their addresses are going to come. So that is done. let's go with the next one. List the supplier's name, okay, and the item supplied by them. So list the supplier's name, okay. So how do you list them? So you know very well. List means it is selected. Select the supplier names. So S name, select the S name and the items that they are supplying. So what is the item name? So item name from, you know very well, you need both the tables now. So because you one is from the suppliers table, item name is from the computer table, so you need both of them. So you need this computers table, okay. And when you have this thing, you know very well that when you have two tables, you need to go with the where clause, and where clause, this part is obviously required, okay. Okay, this part is obviously required. Why this part is supplier dot supply number must match with the supplier dot the computer items dot supply number. Otherwise, you get all the possible combination. And apart from this, what they are saying is that apart from this, what they are saying, apart from this, what they are saying is the suppliers must be either Cats or Electrotech. So where do you get this Cats and Electrotech? You notice that Cats and Electrotech are there here in this field, where is this yes name has Cats and Electrotech. So yes name must be within this values. So how do I say that thing? Where yes name must be in this two list. Which are these two lists? Two lists are, I'm going to just put and here and press enter. I'm going to get it here so that you can see it here. Yes name is what are the two things? I'm going to just copy paste what they have said here, Cats and what is this, Electrotech. I'm going to just paste it here so that you can speed up. So this is not this one Cats. One is this Cats. The other one is what is the other name? Okay, other name is Electrotech. So what is the meaning of this? Is the yes name, that is this yes name, what you see over yes name here, yes name must be either Cats and Electrotech. Again, you see only two records are there. So in what I've said here is a yes name must be either Cat or yes name must be either Electrotech. This is what is the meaning. So let me put a semicolon and then run it. Semicolon is not required if you are using it the GUI version of the Oracle. So let's paste it here and just run it. Okay, Control A, Control V, and you will just run it. And you notice that Cat is supplying keyboard and Electrotech is also supplying keyboard. And is it correct? Okay. So the only two people are supplying keyboard. Now you may say that why this keyboard? If you want me to change the keyboard to something else, I can just go here and instead of this keyboard I can edit, and then I can say that he is supplying CPU. Okay, and then just for understanding, I'm just saying, okay, I want to apply changes. Now this person is now supplying CPU, and if you run the query, okay, and you notice that one is supplying CPU, the other one is supplying keyboard. And the reason why I changed this from both the keyboard is, otherwise you may get confused as to how come this person is both of them are supplying keyboard. They can supply anything. Okay, they can supply any item. Okay, again you can add one more record and then show that they are supplying different items. Okay, for sample purpose I have only added two records here. If you look at the number of records here, they are limited. If you have many records, then you will get many combinations over here. Okay, so with that, let's go to the next one. What I have is find the items having quantity less than 5. So what is the meaning of saying find the items having the quantity less than 5? So this is what we are supposed to see. So how do I get the items which are having the quantity less than 5. Okay, so let's look at that particular thing first. So how do I get these items having the quantity less than 5? So when I say item, what are the things which will be there with the items? Okay. And also, what is this? And find the items which are having quantity less than this one. Okay, how do I get that particular thing? And what is the next thing that they are saying is what they are saying uh, next. What they are saying is just a minute. I have an issue with my. Okay, so where is it? Okay, I'm coming back to this one. I had the issue with my power. So let's look at this one. What is this? Find the items which are having the quantity less than 5. And then they said insert the details of the supplier. How can I get to the details of the supplier? Let's start with the let's start getting the details of the supplier. I'm going to just press hit enter. How do I get to the details of the supplier? I'm going to say select okay, supplier SUPP. Okay, suppliers dot star. I get everything from the star. Okay, I get this one, and then say items details of the. So here what they said details of the supplier and the items. So how do I get the items? Now I can also put comma the what is it computer items star here, but the problem with the star is it's going to repeat the supplier number, you know very well. So I'm going to start with the computer dot item number. Okay, one field. Then you have this computer items dot item name. Okay, that is it. Then you have this computer item dot what else you have this is uh, item quantity. I think what else you have this I quantity. Okay, these three fields are there. So these three fields are there. So if you leave out this item number, you have the item number, item name, and quantity. So these three things are there. So I'm going to just use that one. Let's go with the next one. Where is the thing over here? Okay, where is it? Okay, so that is done. What is a condition? Where? What is a condition? Where? The condition is they said that it must be quantity must be less than 5. So that let's look at that one. So I quantity is less than 5. So this is the condition, I quantity less than 5. However, you know very well that if you just put this one, it will go for all the permutation and combination. So you need this up to here, you need everything. So I'm going to copy this one. So this part is required. Okay, and quantity less than 5. So I'm going to just put two extra thing and quantity less than 5. So that is done. After that, let's run this one particular thing and let's see what you are getting. Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here. Okay, run it. Okay, keyword not found. What is this? I think oh I missed 1 minute. That happened because there was a problem with the power. Okay, so I missed the two tables. Okay, sorry about that. There was a bit power failure. That's why I get a bit upset. Okay, so Control C, and let me use it. I missed this from table. That is it. So from two tables, I just missed that thing. So that is all I need to do. Let me run it, and you get two things where the quantity is less than this, quantity is less than that. Okay, that being done, what is that they said is that is not what they are saying is that you get this, you got this two things. Where is that two things? Okay, you got these two things, and these two things whatever you got it here, this whole thing has to be stored inside a table. That is what they are saying now. That this is more challenging now. What they are saying is put them into another table called as a new order. So put them in this table called as new order table. So how do I do that thing? So this whole thing, whatever I am doing, is I have to put it in the new table. How do you create a new table? You know very well. To create a table, you say create table. Okay, create table. Let me close that thing. And what is the name of the table? What they have said is new order. So this is what they have said. Create a new table called as a new order. Okay, and put all the things whatever you got with this query. You put this whole thing inside that particular table. So how do I put this particular thing? I'm going to say create table called as a new order, and generally you open this bracket and you write all of them. But I'm going to say as create this particular table as select from this. So you look at this particular thing. Okay, so create this table. Okay, as given here. So in other words, that table must have the first field as supplier number, second is supplier name, next one is supplier address, next one is city, next one is item numbers, next one is item name, next one is item quantity. It must have all these things. You create it like that. Okay, done. Let me go over here and control C it from here, and I'm going to paste it here. So what I'm doing is I create a new table, okay, with the structure which is shown here. I want to create a table that has the structure. So create a new table as this thing. So that is what I want to do it. So I'm going to just select it and just going to run it. Okay, I think I have that new order table is already there. Sorry about that. So I'm going to just drop that table. You don't need to do this one unless and otherwise somebody else has already created this one. So I'm going to say drop table called as new table. I think it is that new table is there. If you look at here, somewhere you will find that new table, new order table is already there. So I'm going to drop it. Okay, but drop this table. I'm going to just drop this table. Okay, then I'm going to recreate this table. Okay, because it was already there. In your case it may not be there, but in my case it is there, so that is why. Okay, let's run it, and you notice that it is not showing anything, but it said I have created a table for you. Okay, so let me describe that table. I'm going to just describe that table. So how do you describe this table? You know very well. Describe, okay, this table, new order table. Describe this new order table. Okay, let me show that table. Describe this one. I'm going to just paste it here. Control A, Control B. Describe this table, and you notice that that table has everything: supply number, supply name, supply address, and all the fields are there. If I go over here and if I click on this new is there. What is HIJK and new order table? And you notice new order table. Okay, I'm going to just refresh it because I dropped it. Let it recreate it. And new order, what was HIJK okay, where is this new order? Where is a new order? It's here. Okay, last time because I just dropped it, it may say that. So it has all the fields like supplier number, supplier name, supplier address, city, item, and so on. If you look at the data, all the data, the two data which I had, Electrotech and Maple, and CPU, hard disk, whatever it is, all the data is there. Now I can also do the same thing here. Remember, during the examination you have to use this select statement. Select star from new order. Select star from new order. Control C, and I'm going to just paste it over here. Control V, and I'm going to run it. So you got the same thing. So this is what you are supposed to do it. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next class. Thank you.